Feel the world's in my hands, wrapping it in my feet to the day I see my death again. Look me in my eyes when you wanna tell a lie. Now it feels like.
Hey, what is up, guys? Terex Mixip God right here again. Welcome again to the channel. So, if you're new here, I do a lot of music talks, do's and don'ts, tips and how-tos, music strategy, music marketing, and also my personal songs and personal mixtape songs. Okay, I got stuff coming up right now. Like, it's gonna be a lot. You guys just stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for the subscribers and the likes and the comments and everything. It seems like you guys are really liking the tutorials. I'm gonna see how I can push a lot more of that. And if you haven't seen those tutorials, well, it's just gonna be somewhere in the channel. It's all on PRESONUS and Studio One recording and stuff like that. If you know you love music and you know you want to sound better, then be sure to hit that subscribe button, because this channel is all about the music. Okay. Well, there's a couple of workout stuff though, but that's just kind of me just like, having fun. And it's just because I love workout so much, part-time model and stuff like that. So I got a question the other day. Someone's asking me about DAWs, and if you don't know what a DAW is, then it is called a digital audio workstation, and that is basically the software that goes like in between you, the artist, your equipment, and actually that's just it. It's what's like in between you and your equipment. That's just it. Now, it's more like an interface. Now, there is something called an audio interface, like when you use an interface. So definitely you gotta use an interface if if you really doing quality professional stuff, even if it's just the home studio. Okay, now I have a video talking about studio essentials. I'm just gonna link that up right here in the card somewhere, and if you want to see my PRESONUS review and also Studio One tips and all that kind of stuff, I'm just gonna have them linked up here and also in the description below. So basically, when you're picking out a DAW, okay, it is like an interface between you and your audio interface. Now, your audio interface is gonna process everything that comes from you, the artist, through the software. I don't know if I'm kind of making sense right here, but let's just put it this way. You, the artist, you want to make the music, then you need something to capture all of your sound, which is where you have your interface, which is where all of your stuff is being connected to. Like maybe, for example, you want to use a keyboard, or you want to use a guitar, your microphone, and other stuff like that. Now, that interface is going to want to be connected to a software, which is actually called the digital audio workstation. Is where you're going to edit, crop, filter, change, do every single thing that you want to do on that sound that you just recorded. Now, without that, you kind of really don't have any sort of good output. You could use some other like kind of software, like a recording software, which is actually not bad, but if you're talking about a professional level, no one has to know that your studio's in your bedroom. Now, speaking of DAWs, okay, I got a couple of ones here right here that I would say are like the most popular and also the ones that are really good. And now, in no particular order, we have Logic Pro X and /Garageband. Now, I'm putting these two together because Garageband is more like a stripped down version of Logic Pro X. So if you want to start with Garageband, then you can always upgrade to Logic Pro X because it's almost the same thing. I'm going to say it's the same thing. Then you have Studio One, which is actually what I use personally right here. Like I said, you want to see tutorials on that. They're all just linked up there somewhere in the description right there. You also have FL Studio, you have Cubase, and you have Ableton Live. Now, all of these are really great. That's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 DAWs. These are actually really great and really good and really popular. Now, when you're picking out the best DAW, if you just want to start, I'm going to tell you to consider a lot of things. Now, first off, you're going to want to consider the kind of software that you're working with. When I say the software that you're working with, I'm talking about a computer that you're actually using at the point in time. Now, you're using a MacBook, are you using a Windows computer? I use a MacBook, and I do use Studio Live because it is compatible. Now, a lot of these software is actually compatible, of course, like cross both of them, like Apple and Windows alike. They're always compatible, but there might be an exclusive. Okay, I don't know if I think Logic can work on a Windows device, but I don't think GarageBand can work on a Windows device. If that's actually true, just tell me in the comment section right down below. Now, you're gonna want to be really careful when you're picking out that, because a lot of people do tend to go for DAWs that does actually suit the operating system that they're working with right now. Now, another thing I'm going to tell you is like it depends on the kind of hardware that you have at the moment. Now, a lot of these DAWs are a lot more suitable for when you have lots of stuff being plugged into your interface. Now, if you got keyboards, you got guitars, you got speakers, you got a whole lot of stuff. You have all those other kind of sound systems and equipments that are just all plugged into your interface. then you might want to think of the kind of DAW that can handle all of that. Some of these guys actually use plugins, okay, in order to enhance the performance and the experience, so you don't necessarily need to get those hardware stuff. But there are a lot of people who prefer to play their own notes and stuff like that, you know, by themselves into the device, because they want it to sound in the exact same way that's not some other pre-recorded thing or some kind of composer might actually give them. Now, another thing you might want to consider is your budget. Now, when I say consider your budget, it is due to the fact that not all of these are free. Now, Logic Pro X is not free because Apple, of course. Now, GarageBand, which is, I would say, is free-ish. I'm going to say it's free-ish. Now, the reason why I say ish is because when you buy a MacBook, you buy, like when I changed my MacBook I'm using the 2019 Pro, and when I changed it, it did come with GarageBand like pre-installed and all of that stuff. The previous one, which was a 2013, was it a 2012? Can't really remember right now. I did have to download it, but I had to upgrade the operating system first. Now, if you do have a MacBook and it does come with GarageBand, it's a nice way to start. I have a friend, she uses GarageBand with a GarageBand, a Scarlett, and Beats, and I think a Samsung microphone. That's like what studio is kind of made of, and sound quality is actually really good. I was like, oh my god, you do all of this from GarageBand. So it kind of depends on what you want to do and what you know you actually have and what you know you want to work with. Now, your budget might be a good one. It might be, you know, you might have a lot of money to spend, but if you don't have that much money to spend, but then thinking about it, if you want to get GarageBand and you're thinking, okay, I gotta buy a MacBook, well, you kind of already paid for the price of the GarageBand with the MacBook, because Apple, you're going to be spending like, what, $2,000. Why, if you want to get Logic Pro X, it's going to cost you about just a couple of, I think it's about $200. I really cannot remember the exact same price right now while I'm recording this, but if someone does know, just drop it down in the comment section right down below so others can get to know it about. But I think it's about $200, and I think it's a one-time payment, $200 or $300, $199 or $299. I really just can't remember the price right now. So, but if you want to get that, then it's fine. There's Cubase, there's a lot more. Now, Cubase is what I do work with at the studio, but more like my producer, that's what he works with. I don't really know how to use it that much. I just know just a couple of random picks here and there. So that's just about, that's what my producer uses. He does use Cubase, he uses Studio One, and he uses Ableton Live. So, but Cubase is his favorite, and Cubase, I can tell you, is really awesome. Now, my original song, My Heart, was recorded with Cubase, and a couple of my mixtapes, the Unstoppable and also Unforgettable and Diamonds, the Rihanna Diamonds, those mixtapes were actually recorded with Cubase. Now, last but not least, what I'm going to say is when you want to pick out a DAW, really there is no good or bad DAW. Like I said, depends on your budget, depends on what you want to do, depends on what you know you're willing to learn. If you're someone that you know you want to learn something that's really complicated, go for it. If you want something that's like a, you know, pick and drop, drag and drop kind, go for it. Whatever it is that is going to be. I got just like a little bit of set of tutorials right here for Studio One, just how to record and export and just basic things like that. You know, I'm still going to try and put out a lot more because I see that you guys really like him so much. So that's just about it, I guess. And I would say, yeah, so what are you actually using to record your song while you're watching this video right now? What do you use? Tell me the DAW that you use right down in the description below, and give a couple of suggestions so that other people that are watching this and do want to know, like, okay, I'm looking for one to use. Like I said, Studio One is working really fine. GarageBand is also good. Cubase is actually really good. FL Studio, I've worked with a producer that uses FL Studio. Really good. They're all amazing. So it kind of depends on where you want to go to. A lot of producers just learn one and they stick to it. Some can learn two and they stick to it. Now, it's really not easy because a lot of things are being done differently in different environments. It's like trying to say you want to learn Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Unix, and a whole bunch of stuff like that. You know, it's like saying you want to learn like 10 programming languages. Yes, there are similarities to all of these languages, but then a lot of things do things a lot differently. That's about it, I'll say. Like I said, if you know you want to help out a couple of people, then just drop the one you use right down below and also give a suggestion so other people can learn from it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and tell me What do you think in the comment section about this? Is there anyone I missed? Is there anyone I skipped? Is there anyone I should have put in it? Just let me know, and I will see you in the very next video. Thanks a bunch so much for watching, like I said, and don't forget guys, be unstoppable.
I really had enough, and you're coming back rolling on this beat again. When you talk, you're so hard, girl. I still feel, yeah, your own voice. Bet you thought I would be there. Say the midnight trust is gonna hunt me down. Satisfied with nothing when I give it up to you. Greedy and be taking in no giving.